Oh no, so when I want to come back, you can see that from below.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Lock and Chat with the L Twins. My name is Ellen.
And I'm Eliza.
And together we are the L Twins, baby.
Perfect. If you can't tell, yes, we are identical twins.
Yes, yeah.
And today we are super excited to be doing our first YouTube video. A little nerve-wracking, but we're doing it. We got a lot of questions about dreadlocks and being twins, so we thought we'll start a channel all about having a good time, exploring life in our 20s, and just get to start a little community together. So come along and let's have a good time today.
Awesome. And so for today's episode, basically it's pretty simple. We have a lot of dreads. We both don't know how many dreads we have, so we thought, why not count our dreads and see which twin has the most dreads. And so I'm going to be Elizabeth. For every 10 locks I count, I'm going to tie with a rubber band. And then for every 10 locks, she is going to pick a question out of here and answer it for y'all. All right, so.
Personally, I think I have more dreads than you do. Do you think you have more than I do?
I don't know. I feel like I have more dreads. I feel like you have more dreads than we both think you have more dreads, but I think it might be me, but I don't know.
Usually when because we tighten each other's dreads, so every time we do it, it usually takes longer for my hair than yours, which either means I have more dreads than you do, or you're just slower at doing my dreads than I am. We'll find out either way.
All right, I believe we have the first 10, and I think you just faster.
All right, let's see.
So there's 10.
Ooh, what is your to-go daily dreadlock style?
Ooh, that's a good first question.
Sorry, what is your go-to daily dreadlock style? I think mine is, I love to do the high up and half up, half down. That one is just really chic, elegant, and it pretty much goes with any dreadlock, any outfit, any style. And that one is just super easy, super fun. It takes like 3, maybe 4 minutes to do. And yeah, I really love that one.
And how did you discover that dreadlock style?
I don't know. To this day, we still argue about who discovered it. I think I found it. She thinks she discovered it, but I guess we'll never know. But yeah.
The beauty of being twins. All right, so that's 20.
20.
Next question. You should let me read it for you. Okay, so the next question is, so obviously we both have an accent. So this question goes off of that. We get asked this question a lot, even though we don't think we have an accent. I guess we do, for you it does. But the question is, do you speak your native language? And if you do, what is it?
So a little background, us and our little brother, we were adopted from Ghana, Africa in 2008, I believe. And so we used to speak a language called Twi, which is the native tongue in Ghana, Africa, in the small village that we lived in. And unfortunately, we've been in the US for about 14 years now, I think.
Yeah, 13,
14, I don't know, I stopped counting. I think it's 14, yeah, 14 years. And unfortunately, we were really focused on learning English when we came to the US that we lost our native language, which is something that I started learning and fell a little back at, but I'm constantly trying to learn it. But hopefully I'll become native again soon.
So what is it? It's Twi?
It's called Twi, yeah, Twi.
Perfect. All right, so now you have 30. 30. Pick a 9. Okay. Damn, this is... All right, so when meeting people for the first time, what catches your attention first?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know, for me, energy is huge, man. I think it's just all about the energy. When you meet someone for the very first time, you notice their energy instantly. And also just confidence. I am constantly working on being confident because I think that's huge, like regardless what space you're in. And that alone goes with energy. If you have confidence, it's gonna boost your energy. But yeah, it's just all about the vibe. Are you confident? Are you kind? Do you seem like a decent person? And so yeah, that's what I usually notice first.
All right, so that's 40.
Oh, I want a good one, man.
You don't think those were good ones?
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Let's see. So there's 40.
I'm not peeking.
How many hair do you think you have?
Ooh,
Estimate.
I think I have about 150.
150. All right. What is the biggest change you have seen in yourself since the pandemic began? Okay.
Ooh, since the pandemic began. So for me, the pandemic has been
Very transformative.
very, very transformative as an individual. In the beginning of the epidemic, my sister and I lived back in Washington, which is where we were adopted to and lived with our family. Then right at the beginning of the pandemic, last June, we moved down here to Houston, Texas, which was not planned, and we actually decided that within the first 3 weeks of the pandemic happening. And we packed all of our stuff into a little hitch bag and we drove 7 states over from Washington all the way to Houston. Very, very scary, but I think Houston has just been so beautiful. The city, it took a minute to get used to, but it has so much to offer. And just spending more time as an individual, apart from just being twins, discovering, going on walks, going on runs, working on my fashion. And it's just even just learning how to have conversations with people, which was something that used to scare the shit out of me. But now I see it as an opportunity to learn about different styles of people, different communities. And I'm just having more fun. I just have more confidence in myself. And I'm just not being as hard on myself anymore. No, I think I'm learning to really celebrate myself more.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you think Houston being so culturally diverse and Black positive, do you think that's a part of that too as well?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I've owned my Blackness so much more since I've been in Houston. First of all, just being around a large population of the Black community has helped a lot. Seeing all the different fashion, different hairstyles has just kind of motivated me to spend more time celebrating myself as a Black woman, as a Black person in society, as an African American. And then also just getting connected with Jamaicans or Islanders or different people from all over the world has just been so amazing and makes me so excited to see what I can gain from living in different parts of the world. Because so much has changed in myself just from moving from Washington to Houston.
Alright, so it's kind of 50 right here. I don't think we have as much as we think.
I don't think so.
50.
I've lost a few.
Yeah. Alright, Afrobeats versus rap. Fuck, what's that?
So, for those of you who don't know what Afrobeats is, which I really hope you do, it's just pretty much African music that originates from Africa, which a lot of music originates from Africa, originates from jazz music. If you learn a little bit about music, we took a jazz history class and really learned that. But I don't think I can choose. Being African American, I just love both. I love rap because rap is a really beautiful emulation of Black culture, of Black experience. And rap is largely populated by males. And I feel unfortunately in society, we don't get to hear a lot about the male expression, the male emotions. And so in rap, we get to kind of tap into the male's mind, the male's what they think about, and also the Black community. And I think in rap we can learn so much about our community, our society, how we can grow. And so yeah, I love both of them, but in Afrobeats too, it's when I hear Afrobeat, I just want to move. The beat, yeah, it just hits me in a very deep level that it just takes me back to Ghana, Africa. So yeah.
Alright, you have 60.
Stay in my top class in time.
60. 60, going on 70.
I feel I'm picking all of your questions.
That's great. Alright, and what is your go-to move on the dance floor?
Ooh, my go-to move. I feel I can't really describe it. I have to show you, so I'm gonna show you.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay. So this is my go-to move. This is in the Jamaican clubs where when the music hits, I go down and kind of roll up, and it is all the women want to make me perfect. Alright, so Ellen is in the hot seat now. She has a beautiful hairdo on. that I love, so but unfortunately we're gonna have to take it down.
No!
Yes.
Strip me down.
Alright, I guess I gotta wait until
Look at the
first
world. What's
question.
underneath all that hair, bro? Dreadlocks. Brooke Davis.
One Tree Hill.
Alright, my first question. If you want to read it or you want me to read it?
You can read the first
Okay.
one.
So my first question is, do you think you are at a stage in your life where you own your space? Again, just to read it again, just do you think you are at a stage in your life where you own your space? That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! This one has, there's so much to this. You know, once we moved to Houston, or when we were moving to Houston, one of the things that our best friend at our time and a close friend now asked us like over and over again was like, what's the goal as far as moving to Houston? And my sister and I kept saying evolving. Like that was the main thing. When I saw myself in a year being in Houston, I just wanted to see myself in the next level. And growing up in a community where it was, because we were adopted, where it was predominantly white and Latino and the culture was more white centered, I just never really owned my space. Like even with our friends, nobody really gave a fuck about our story, who we were. It was always about, in the friendships, focusing on the other person, what they were going through, being the support system.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Black women who are not in a Black culture can relate to this too. I never really had confidence in myself. I thought because I was Black, I was less beautiful. The white girl was always more prettier. All these things. So being in Houston and being at the space where I honestly can say to this day, I do feel like I do own my space. And that's huge and I'm very thankful for. And it wasn't something that came easy. It's just something that comes with time, something that comes with growing, evolving, spending time with yourself, learning what you're into. But yes, I do feel like I own my space. And it's still not perfect, but I'm thankful for that.
And we're working on it.
Yes, every day.
All right, we got 20. Perfect.
Again, sorry if we talk fast. I will work on that. All right, you get to read this one for me. What new hobbies have you discovered in the last year? Okay, that's also a good question. And that one also goes with owning my space, because I feel like my hobbies have really helped me be more confident.
Yeah.
I think even when I thought of like, oh, being in a relationship, which was a scary thing for me because I'm like, I don't really know what I bring to the table
Yeah.
as far as knowing who I am. But with this year with COVID and the pandemic, I feel like I've grown so much. And as far as hobbies, like I found that I really enjoy reading.
Mm-hmm.
I bought my first book, and that was really
Outside
cool.
of school.
Outside of school.
The first book you didn't read for
Yes,
education.
I've learned that even though athletics has been my entire life, I do enjoy working out and taking care of my body in that way.
Yes.
I've also really found that I really fucking love fashion, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
No, someone said the other day that fashion is taking the opportunity to decorate yourself. And I love that because it is like you're decorating yourself every single day you step outside.
Yeah.
Not for anyone else, not to get attention or anything, but because you just love stepping out as like the best version of yourself.
Exactly. And there's just so much beauty in being able to create yourself and have a new look, have a new attitude every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like fashion is so important to me because I feel like, yeah, sometimes it takes a minute to get ready, but how you step out of your house into the world is the energy you're putting out there. That's the type of day you're putting, that's how you're telling people, this is who I am, this is how my day is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense,
No,
but
it
that's
does.
huge.
Yeah.
And fashion is just fun, y'all. It adds funness to life. Another hobby I have, what else? I really enjoy music too. Like, I love listening to music. I love studying different artists. I love studying what different genres of music is, what it feels like, what they're trying to say, the storytelling in each different genre and in different cultures. And yeah, I mean, there's
you're learning about makeup too.
Oh yeah, I've been learning about makeup too.
Because we're terrible about makeup.
Elizabeth, you didn't like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I like that you're chiming in. Yeah, because growing up, we did a lot of sports, y'all. Like sports was my identity. So like we were more of the natural kids. We didn't really do makeup, and I just was afraid makeup was going to ruin my face and my natural beauty, I guess. So, but if you take care of yourself properly at the end of the night, it's just really fun to create yourself. All right, 30?
Yep, 30.
Hit me with your best shot.
That's funny. The question is, why is music so important to you?
Ooh, what type of question is that? Why is
It's
music,
a good one. That's
why
okay.
is music so important to me? I think the first time I really realized how important music was for me was, like she said, we did Running Start, which was the college program in high school. But it was when we took our jazz history class. All right, yeah. I had never, like, just learning about how my ancestors, how even during slavery, like how my people were able to, like they learned to communicate in the field with just beat and rhythm and music. Like that's the first time I was like, holy shit, like there's so much beauty to music. And I literally was like, this is fascinating that literally all music originated from almost slavery, if you say. And then also just seeing like other people like not moving to music, like, and being in that class for the first time where I was like, oh my gosh, if I hear music, I can't help but move. Like I just love music so much, and I love that music, like I said, is so personal. Music means different things for everybody. We all have different artists, different things, different cultures of musics that we vibe with, and I've personally really fallen in love with rap just because of the storytelling there, and I feel like before I really paid attention to the lyrical part of jazz, of rap, it just seems like I don't know, some people can call rap like a joke and stuff because for a long time it was just about like sex, body parts, all these things. But when you really listen to the artistic and like the smartness and the genius that goes into writing a rap, I'm like, damn, these niggas or these men are smart as fuck, and I personally want more rap, more women in rap, or women talking about other things besides like, you know, the obvious things, which isn't bad, but that's a genre. But I want to see women in rap take you to the next level. Because, goddamn, women, we are just so powerful. And there's so much nuance to womanhood, and I want that to be represented in rap and in music. But I love music in general. Yeah, I think even now, music has been a means of communication, a means of us being able to see other cultures and what other cultures represent. And I feel like music has really been an outlet for that. Yeah. All right, so 40?
Yep, 40.
Thank you for listening to me chat.
We know it can be a lot.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
All right, next question is, I guess I'm reading this.
No,
one.
I can read it.
Yeah, it's your handwriting, so actually I think
That's yours. So in what ways have you grown as a server, and what do you find interesting about that career field?
Good question also. So if you don't know, which you don't know because we haven't said, we are currently working as servers, and that was really scary at first. It really was. Like I felt like a robot. I felt like I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know anything about alcohol. So that scared the shit out of me. And honestly, the first restaurant we worked at, Sam's Boat. If you're in Houston, you know Sam's Boat. If you don't, okay. But anyway, Sam's Boat is probably one of the worst restaurants to do when you first start because their system on the POS is so complicated. Like every alcohol has a different category. Like, and it's just like if you don't know your alcohol, that was so intimidating.
The difference between tequila, vodka, bourbon, gin,
different sweet wines and all these things.
And if I'm honest, I still don't really know.
Yeah, and their menu, like the things, you have to take a test every day for the menu, and you had to know like how the measurements for the alcohol, and it was really hard. But so that really got me intimidated as far as serving. Now that I'm more experienced, I'm really finding the beauty of serving because it's just like, so you have a table and it might look like this is what their life looks like, this is what the picture looks like. And then if you push yourself to have conversations with these people, you walk away like, I would have never guessed that's who these people were. And there's just
you meet so many people.
And people are willing to talk too.
Yeah.
You just have to ask the right questions.
Yeah, and it's just fascinating. Like, you meet so many different personalities, and you have to be confident with every table. No matter what their attitude is, you have to not allow it to come off and like rub off on your vibration or your energy. And I just think it's really fascinating. Serving is really fascinating once you get comfortable just allowing yourself to be who you are, where you can get to know different people, especially in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is 50. What does being African American mean to you?
Woo! What does being African American mean to me? That's a big question. It means a lot of things. It means a lot of things. First of all, I think being one of the young African Americans, I'm just proud and I'm thankful, and I feel like I'm very blessed to be in that category, because young African Americans are bosses and badasses, and there is so many. Even though I only spent 8 years in Africa, like being at the university and being around other fellow Africans, there's so many rules and systems for us, for African Americans, and it can get intimidating, it can be a lot, but I feel like our generation of African Americans, we're just paving our own way, and we're in a way educating our parents that yes, you guys have, or the elders, that you guys have these rules and these things you've grown up believing, but it doesn't necessarily mean we have to be that. But I just feel like there's, even though it wasn't easy, and it isn't easy, we're paving our own way. And I feel like young African Americans are very artistic too.
They really are.
Like, go check out some Afrobeat music videos. Like, it's so different than American cinema. And we just, I think honestly, young African Americans are just, we are, especially the ones in America, like we are the next generation that can change everything for Africa.
Yeah.
If we choose to go back and use the wisdom we are learning from the US to go back and change our country, and I'm very proud to be an African American.
There is a lot of responsibility.
There is a lot of responsibility. Like, I have a whole village to feed, y'all. But I'm thankful.
And hopefully I will someday be able to feed them.
Yeah.
It makes you appreciate life too, in a different way that if you were just born in the U.S., you wouldn't be able to truly appreciate life for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it gives you a different perspective because it's two completely different ways, like lifestyles, two completely different perspective on the world and what even family means or family looks like, what money means, what food looks like. But there's beauty in both, but I think overall it's just Africa itself as a continent is so beautiful, but there's just a lot that we need to invest in.
And I do feel like young African Americans are the outlet that is showing how beautiful Africa is. If that makes sense. Yeah. Ooh, this question is, what is a part of fashion you want to explore next? Did you count 60 yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I nannied for this family for like 2 months or so. And the mom had the most, honestly, I feel like she is like one of the people that really inspired me to get into fashion. Like, one of our first dreams was being a fashion designer, but I didn't really know what that meant. But it wasn't until like this year I really realized how much I love fashion, and I would give her props for that because I think she was one of those people that taught me. But one of the things that she really did a good job of was her shoes. It wasn't, how do you say it? Should I say tennis shoes, sneakers?
Either one.
Yeah, because she was short like my sister and I, and I wear a lot of heels because I feel like that's how I'm able to tell the world that I'm a woman, because I'm so short. But I love that she was able to wear sneakers or tennis shoes or street shoes or whatever, and she was still, even being the petite woman she was able to like still own her space and be like, yes, I'm a badass bitch even though I'm 5 foot. And so the next part of fashion that I really want to explore is not just always wearing heels, but adding tennis shoes, not Converse, but tennis shoes, tennis shoes, all that stuff, like Jordan.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah, the next part. And then also lately I've been really looking into streetwear because I think streetwear is very different than what I wear now, but I feel like there's a lot of badass attitude that goes into streetwear, and streetwear has so many.
But not everyone can pull it off.
Not everyone can pull it off, but they have so many layers in streetwear, and I'm really into like jackets and hoodies and things over. So I really want to explore that next. Also, more jewelry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And your hairstyles too.
Yeah.
Because finding dreadlock styles has been something that has been hard for us to do. But lately, and a lot of inspiration is coming from watching African music videos, is that there's a lot of creativity in the hairstyles. And so we just kind of take it and form our own versions of dreadlock style out of it, which has been really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. If you vibe with our energy, go ahead and press that subscribe button and stay tuned for part 2 to see which twin has more locks, baby.